He is a loner who has no friends or anyone to talk with, but then someone sends a message to him saying that they are coming to do it with him at his home today, and it was from a girl who is one of the top beautiful girls from his class. Afterwards, back in time, he was panicking, since it's a new year, which means there will be new people in his class. After that, the teacher tells them to give self-introduction, which made him to get more nervous. He then started to calculate the time it will take for everyone to do their self-introduction, since the period might end before his turn comes. All of a sudden, the teacher calls his name as the first student to do self-intro. After that, the teacher writes his name on the board, and she asks him on why did he joined in this school, to which he replies he moved here and joined in this school because of his mother, who got a transfer in her job. Teacher then goes on by asking him another question, which is what he will do in his weekends. He then started to tell every single details, like his parents won't be in the home at Friday because of their work, so he will order pizza, and also he likes to play video games while drinking cola. But this shocked the teacher. Afterwards, with an awkward smile, she asks him on what else he do in the weekend, but this made him to panic more, and he goes on by telling to her he also likes to watch movie, but while he was saying it, the whole class went silent. But then the teacher happily asks to him what type of movies he likes to watch, to which he just thinks by telling her to stop it already. In the end, while being nervous, he says that he likes B-Tire movie, which is about sharks. After a while, other kid was saying to the teacher that he was in a softball team last year, so he hopes to continue playing throughout this year. After hearing their self-introduction, he was flabbergasted since he explained every single detail rather than saying it in a nutshell. While he was being sad about it, the teacher then calls a girl to give self-introduction. She then happily gets up and tells her name as Amamiyu. After looking at her, the boys started to blush. Teacher then says why did she change school even though her old school was a all-girls school, to which she tells the teacher to not ask her this many questions at the same time, but whatever she said, everyone in the class just looks at her while blushing. Teacher asks another student introduce herself, since there is not that much of time left. She then gets up and tells her name as Asanagi, and also she went in the same school as Amamiyu. Afterwards, she tells everyone give lots of care to Amami, which shocked her, and she says, "Do you think of me as a dog?" Asanagi then goes on by saying she is a obedient girl and she won't bite, but this made everyone in the class to laugh, and after looking at them, the MC realizes that they're going to become a popular girls in class. He then quickly draws back by thinking that's none of his concern. Afterwards, a half year went by and Amami is asking her to pat her head for not sleeping in the class, to which she jokingly says that she is already sleeping while telling it, which made the MC to blush. Since this girl's act like this, Amami became the cutest in the class and Asanagi became the second cutest in this class. After a while, the MC thinks since he doesn't have friends, he can easily eavesdrop on anyone. He then goes on by eavesdropping on those girls. And Asanagi rejects the invitation from her because she have plans, to which she asks her on what plan does she have, is it important, to which she says it's in film. But after hearing the word film, MC started to think whether if it's the same film he likes. He then quickly stops thinking since there is no way she will like the same type of movies he likes. Meanwhile, Amami asks her on what type of movie she likes. He then goes on by thinking if Asanagi also likes watching movie while spending time outside. After that, Asanagi shows the movie she likes in her phone, but she was shocked to see her movie type, to which Asanagi thinks she was expecting that reaction. Afterwards, she tells her to not worry, since she was planning to watch the movie alone. Right after hearing it, she quickly grabs her hands by saying tomorrow she is free all day, so to make it up her, she will hang out with her. She then goes on by cutely saying to her it's in promise, to which Asanagi accepts. After that, the MC realizes today is Friday, so he will be all alone in his home. He then suddenly realizes Asanagi will also see the movie at the same time like he does, but the difference is she will be watching it more professionally. After that, the boys in the class says Amami was cute like an angel. And then the other guy says even Asanagi was cute on her own way, but the MC heard everything while he was walking back to his home. After that, he goes to a pizza shop, and the guy that works there recognizes him and says if he wants the usual. Afterwards, he gets happy since all there is left for him to do is buy a movie in the movie store. After that, he notices two boys having a fun talk, which made him to think it's not like he dislikes being alone, but only if he had friends to talk with him, they would have talked nonsense. And be happy about it also. They can even play video games and watch films together. After a while, he arrives at the film shop. He then realizes that there are new set of movies arrived, and then he started to think whether if Asanagi also likes this film. All of the sudden, he remembers the boys from his class talking about the girls in their class. As a result, he thinks even though he wasn't part of that conversation, he still didn't like hearing those words, which is they talk like Asanagi is inferior to them, even though they don't even know her. But then he backs up by saying it's actually none of his business to talk about her. After realizing that someone is trying to take the same movie, he quickly apologizes to them. But then it was a girl, and she says it's rude of him to not notice her, even though she is standing here for a long time. To his surprise, it was Asanagi. He then suddenly focuses her lips. As a result, his heart started to beat so fast. While she is telling him to recommend some movie from the ones they are standing, this confused him, and he tells to her if she doesn't mind watching the movie he likes, he will recommend his favorite one. After saying it, he takes out his favorite movie, to which she blushingly looks at it. She then suddenly says the Kung Fu Shark is also good, which shocked him with happiness. And he started to ask her if she had seen that movie, to which she replies that she always binge-watched this series. But then he tells to her that he never imagined that she is planning to watch them alone. As a result, she realizes that he was eavesdropping their conversation before. She then goes on by telling him to not eavesdrop on others, since it's not in good habit. After hearing it, he says sorry, which made her to smile, and then she says sorry to him, since they were the ones that was loud to begin with. She then goes on by saying the things she was talking with Amami back then is not the real truth. The real goal was, before finishing the sentence, she points the MC, and she tells to him that she has business with him, which made him to blush really hard. But she goes on by saying that it took a lot of courage for her to talk with him. She then suddenly takes out a paper. To his surprise, her hobbies is same as the MC. Plus, she had a motto to be friends with a classmate that shared the same hobbies as her. After showing it, she started to blush while having a grin on her face. She then grips her bag tightly, and she boldly asks him if he is willing to be her friend with her. After accepting her invite to become a friend, he tells to her that he will go back to his home and drop of his stuffs, to which she says okay. Afterwards, his mom was scolding him on why he didn't wake her up like she told him to do, to which he calmly replies that he did try to wake her up, but she just told him that today is not that important. She then tells to him he should not have trusted her. After seeing her leave, he asks to her if she is going to go without having breakfast, to which she says she will have coffee. After saying it, she blushingly looks at him. She then tells to him that he looks like he grown up a little bit, but this made him to get sad, and he says he haven't grown a single millimeters after the spring. Afterwards, while drinking the coffee, she says that she can't believe he is still using such humble words. Also, she asks him to eat tonight, since she has a night duty. After hearing it, he realizes today is Friday, to which he asked to her if she is fine since she is doing too many night shifts. She then assures him that she is fine because he is helping her in many ways, which made him to think all he is doing is taking care of himself. Before leaving the house, she calls him and asks to him if he had made any friends in the school, and she says sorry to him since she is getting too much transfer in her job. He then tells her to not worry about him, and he will be fine even if he doesn't make any. Afterwards, with a huge smile in her face, she leaves the home by saying thanks for making her lunch. But then after coming outside, her smile fades. He then thinks to himself, even if he is a loner, he's still got one friend. After saying it, he remembers the time where Asanagi asks to become his friend, and this made him to get nervous, since all her friends doesn't like B-tier movie, so which means she just wants someone that she wants to talk with. As a result, he tells to her that he will become her friend, but with one condition, which is she should keep it as a secret. After saying it, he panickingly tells to her that other people might get a wrong idea about them, which means they will notice that she is being friends with him, so they might label her a weirdo. In the end, she says, okay, let's keep it as a secret, but as an exchange, he should give her his contact details. After that happened, she was at his home. She then gives him a present for letting her stay in his home, and she goes on by saying that she also ordered a pizza on her way here, to which the MC thinks to himself that every Friday she somehow started to come over to his home. Afterwards, he reads the toppings she ordered for the pizza, which had garlic and extra mayonnaise, and she goes on by snapping her fingers by saying that both of them likes the same toppings. After a while, both of them cheers their cola. Afterwards, they started to play video games, and she tells to him she is going to win easily, to which he tells to her that she lost 10 times in a row last week. With a determined face, she tells to him she practiced a lot after her lose, and then in the game he takes her gun, which made her to get angry while he is telling to her, in the battlefield it doesn't matter if you're a scum or a coward. He then thinks to himself that Asanagi is not good at playing games, and also it's really obvious that she doesn't spend her whole day playing it, but for some reason she is really enjoying playing games. After that, he asks to her if she knew about that box can be opened, to which she asks to him which one. She then opens that box by saying that's hers. But this made both of them to smile happily rather than getting upset or angry. After playing for a long time, they realizes the time is up. He then tells to her, let's pack it up and leave. But without a second thought, she insists him on helping with the cleanup. As a result, she started to clean the desk. After looking at her, he thinks whether all girls likes heavy flavors and drinks cola. But she notices him looking at her. While blushing, she asks him on why he is staring at her. Also, he is a pervert for doing it. As a result, he tells to her, despite eating too much, she looks pretty thin. After hearing it, she tells to him that's because she exercises a lot. Right after saying it, she pinches his stomach by saying he is kind of fat, but this made him to flinch really hard. But after realizing he flinched, she looks at him with an innocent face. Meanwhile, he gets scared. Afterwards, she hugs him from behind while flinching his side of the stomach. As a result, he screamed like a girl. She then asks to him if it's his weakness spot. As a result, she started to tickle him more and more, and he tells her to stop it. To which she suddenly gets serious by saying she is going to vent her stress on him by doing it to him since she lost every game. After that, he started to cry while saying he sounded like a girl. In the end, he tells her to leave by sliding her all the way to the door. But then before leaving, she tells to him that she had fun, and she goes on by saying she wasn't expecting to hang out in his home, and now she got used to it. To which he shouts at her by saying he couldn't able to come up with a better hangout plan since he didn't know what friends usually do, which shocked her, and she just says I see while blushing a little bit. In the end, she leaves by saying see you on tomorrow, while he was standing there flabbergasted about what he told to her earlier. Afterwards, at the Monday, she went back to her friends while he is walking all alone while thinking Asanagi always comes to his home at Friday, and then at the class a girl asks to them if they watched the movie on Friday, to which a mommy says with a grin on her face that the main character was really cool. She then asks to Asanagi if she saw that movie, to which she replies as she didn't make it in time, so she didn't able to watch it. But then while making that excuse, she shows him a peace signal as sign of clearing her trials of being at his home, but she caught him off guard, and she looks at him while blushing. As a result, he turns in a different way. After a while, he comes outside to eat his lunch. Before eating, he thinks to himself if it's okay for him to consider himself as her friend, and then he looks at his phone where she tells him that she somehow managed to say a lie. After looking at it, he started to blush. As a result, he started to think that she is his first friend, and also, she showed him on how fun it is to hang out with someone. So he doesn't want to lose her over by doing something dumb. While he was sitting there all alone, someone walks nearby, and it was a girl asks to her upperclassmen if he wanted to meet her here, to which that guy says that he have something important to tell her. But the MC was eavesdropping at them while thinking that guy is pretty serious. And he tries to tell to them that they are not alone, and all of the sudden two girls comes from behind. But before he could react, they hit him, which made him to get hit in the wall. But then to his surprise, it was a mommy. She then started to blush after realizing who he was. But the MC was just confused. Afterwards, her friend asks to Amami if she knows that guy, which shocked Amami, and she tells to her that he is the guy from their class. After realizing it, she started to push his back by telling to him if it's okay for them to stay here. In the end, Amami says sorry to him. Meanwhile, the girl he was confessing was Asanagi, which shocked the MC, and while they were eavesdropping, the birds started to eat the MC's food. In the end, the MC started to panic, while saying that they shouldn't eavesdrop, while the other girls are telling him to be silent. But then she suddenly says sorry as a rejection to his confession. But then that guy asks to her if she have a boyfriend, to which she says no. But he goes on by asking to her if she have another guy she likes, but she rejected that one too, and she says that she is just not interested in love, and that's all. After hearing it, her friend says, as expected, she hurt his feelings, and they started to say that guy got what he deserved while the MC is trying to leave. And all of the sudden, Amami tells to the MC that guy already confessed his love to her, which shocked him, and he tells to her that's not a good habit. She then goes on by saying it's her 5th time someone had confessed their love to Asanagi, which completely shocked him. After hearing the word, it's the 5th time. But then one of her friends says if she rejects a next guy, it will be her 5th too, to which she replies the reason she rejects them is because they never seem serious when confessing their love to her, and smiles off when they get rejected, which is almost like a back dancer trying to confess his love to an idol. They're in a different league, so they should know their place. After hearing it, the MC realizes what she is trying to mean here, but it's kind of in a rude way. But then with a sad face, she tells to the MC if she were a boy, she will also go after Asanagi too. After saying, she asks to the MC if he will go after her too, but this shocked him. After that, Asanagi tells to that guy if that's all he wants, she will leave. To which that guy calls her by saying how about they become friends first. But this made her to get angry, and she tells to that guy there is no need for that. In the end, a girl says that they should leave since they might find them if they stay here for too long, which made the MC to think that they even thought about an escape route. Afterwards, while leaving, Amami says sorry to the MC for disturbing, and then she stops and tells to him that she have favor to ask him, which is Asanagi will feel bad if she knows about the eavesdropping they did, so as a promise he should keep it as a secret between them, to which he tells to her sure. And he goes on by thinking even if he have to hide the fact that Amami eavesdropped, he will apologize for the fact he did. As a result, he tells to Amami that they don't even need to make a promise, since he is not acquaintance with Asanagi. Meanwhile, her friend is telling Amami to hurry up, and then all of a sudden she asks the MC to give his phone to her, which shocked him. But before he could say anything, she suddenly shows her mobile number by telling to him that she wants to know him more. In the end, she says she also have his phone number just in case. She then blushes really hard and tells to him that he shouldn't tell it to anybody, and that's in promise. But this made him to think that the secrets he needs to keep is just keep on growing. Afterwards, he started to think, even though he shares the same hobbies and same things they like, he and Asanagi lives a different lives. But then Asanagi suddenly calls his name, and she asks to him if he is listening to her, to which he asks her on what they were talking about. She suddenly says that it will be nice if they go out somewhere in the next Friday, to which he just says it's a good idea. But then he suddenly realizes what just happened, and he tells no to her, to which she curiously asks to him if he have any plans on that day, to which he says he is only free on Friday. She then suddenly interrupts by saying he is always free, isn't he? Afterwards, he blushingly asked to her if she by going out means playing outside, right? And then with a grin on her face, she says she feels bad for always hanging out in their house, so they should go out, and she will show him the town around and have fun. But then the MC was still in shock, and he reconfirms to her if she meant it like going out together, to which she says yes, and they will also do it as a secret from the rest of the class.